But I mean, let's dive right into it. You alluded to it. The time has come. The newest game, well, not for everybody. If you pre-order,
not quite yet.
Yeah, right. If you pre-order the game, if you got the deluxe copy, the NCAA 25 is out. It is here. And me and my guy Alex have got the copy. Real quick, Alex, I mean, have you been able to do anything else outside of playing? I mean, work, obviously, but anything else?
No. And even at work, it was like, oh, I wish I was playing right now.
Right? I sent you a text, I was like, dang, man, I cannot stop thinking about this game today, man.
Yeah. I mean, I was in my head at work on one of my breaks, thinking about some of the recruits I was fighting for in the game. I was just like, oh, man, I could do this and try to get that. Love this game.
It is amazing. EA, you have done an amazing job to give us our game back and not let it be Madden. We all just said, please do not let it be Madden. It is not like that. But at the same time, it has Madden qualities. It has the mini games. It has a lot of the special teams features and kind of the ways that you run in it. And it's kind of like it gave you a couple things that I kind of liked about Madden, but it's completely its own game. And I love that.
Yeah, 100%. And it's cool to see all the little intricate details as well. For you being a running back, me an offensive lineman, seeing the difference in the run schemes in this game versus the Madden games or even the old college game, and seeing how the actual, the way people run and the different running styles and how it affects the speed and agility and everything. All the fine tuning they did for this game is amazing.
It is amazing. It is amazing. But as we see, he's saying who won the Heisman. I showed you there's Mr. Riley Leonard. He won the Heisman. And listen, I would love for that to be reality, but I was definitely on here 365 days ago saying Notre Dame will be in the Final Four last year.
Because of Sam Hartman.
Yeah, that didn't happen. All right. So I'm going to pump my brakes on that. But yes, absolutely. In that game, Riley Leonard, who is now at University of Notre Dame, he definitely won the Heisman. Look, let's go into it. What's going on, Eric? We said it's here. Let's give our first impressions. You and I, well, first and foremost, we knew that if you got the deluxe copy, it was supposed to, you were supposed to be able to play it by midnight. Then at a certain point, they said, oh, you're going to be able to play it by 4:00. So I was at work. I took my guy to the doctor, and I saw that, and I sent you guys that text, and I was like, "Is this for real?" I was like, "If it's for real, I'm gonna have to go ahead and wrap this thing up because we gotta go." So back to the house. But all right. So you got it. You went out and got the game. You got the deluxe. You popped it in, and what is your? Well, did you get the hard copy or the digital?
I did the digital. I get all my games digitally.
Yep. Same here. Here. I have gone through too many NCAA 13s and 14s copies. Okay. Just one of these. Just one. But all right. You get the first open screen. Your boy Edwards is up there with yours and
Travis Hunter.
Thank you. And you press start and it begins. What's going through your mind at this time, man?
It was kind of what I expected for an actual loading screen, all that. But then when they got back to the old style video games of when I picked Michigan, I get a Michigan screen. And for you, North Carolina, you get that North Carolina screen. Going back to those 06, 07 college football games, I was in awe. Yes. I was just yes, this is one of those things I wasn't really expecting. And it was there. And I was that hooked me right off the bat. And then just seeing the layout for everything, the design for everything, they crushed it with all that.
Yes.
And obviously I dove right into Dynasty, but the look of everything else was amazing.
Yeah. No, that was it for me. I mean, when you go through that part, in every game where it says pick your favorite team and you pick the team, but then the next screen it's the background. And like I saw, mine was North Carolina. So baby blue and had Omarion Hampton and had go Tar Heels and all that. And it was just what? It was just like you were talking about, the detail, the intricate detail, the time they took to put into it was amazing. Now, for me, because obviously, like right at 4, like I was giddy. Like it happened. Okay, we get it. I press it, and because I also had got it digital, so I had gone in a number of times and kind of, pressed on, NCAA 25, and it started to pretend like it was gonna load, and I was like, not so fast. It's not here yet. So I had done that like 10 minutes prior, and it said that. So I was like, come on, man, don't play with me right now. So it went through. I know at like 4:00 on the dot, everything was good. But I messaged you because the first thing I wanted to do was exactly what you did, was go right to Dynasty. No question. I ran right to Dynasty. And at the beginning, I guess for some people, it was, everybody was trying to get on and everything. So the server and everything was flooded, at least for me. And I wasn't able to get on Dynasty. And for me, that blew me away for a while, because I can do Road to Glory. I can do it was great because I was able to see all of the other mini games, all the other facets, because I would have just gone right to Dynasty and done nothing else, which is what I did after that. But it was good though, because there's so many other facets to this game that you can play. I started to do the ultimate team and get those, unwrap those packets. I was never really into that. And then, like I said, like the mini games and all those type of things. So just off the first glance, it was amazing. But let's get into that Dynasty, man, because I mean, it's so immersive. There's so many different things that you can get into. You talked about recruiting. Obviously, there's the transfer portal. There's other ways that like your coaching tree, the skill thing that you do, similar to 14, but different. And you can expand on that. Speak on some of those things, because I'm just kind of getting into growing my coach right now. But I haven't even got, I had to fire my first defensive coordinator. I was like, this is crazy, man. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, I'm almost at that point. I'm at the Ohio State game for my Michigan Dynasty there. But everything that they put into this is amazing. So for those of you that don't have the game yet, it starts out when you create a coach, you can choose from 3 different options to build your coach. You can choose from a recruiter, a tactician, so game day, or a developer. And then as you progress, there's different archetypes that are a mix of the two. And then when you do well enough on those, there's like overarching ones. It's so in depth, in each archetype you have the different settings for each position. For example, I did the recruiting one. And knowing that Michigan is very old in the O-line department, I went and just filled out the recruiting thing for O-line for that. So I spend less time scouting. I get bigger impacts on the decisions I make for them, and like everything like that to make it easier to recruit a lineman, because I think I needed like 7 or 8 offensive linemen in this first class. And they, for the most part, it went back to the old school recruiting, where there's the different things you can do, the certain amount of hours it takes. You can everyone was seeing you can DM the recruit, you can look them up on social media. That stuff was actually true. That's actually in the game. Which is insane. You can talk to the friends and family of the player, and then you can just send the house. You can go to see them, send coaches to see them. And the neat thing is your coordinators can kind of help you with that.
Right.
If you get coordinators that are in the recruiting archetype, then their bonuses will overlap with your bonuses.
Exactly.
So it's another thing to look into, is making sure that your coordinators are strong at what you're weak at. You can fill the board to 35 like in 14, although you can actually sign all 35 in 25, which is awesome. I mean, I can't wait to see it as a small school when I do a rebuild to recruit. But as the big school, I didn't find it that hard to recruit. I'm doing pretty well. Cycled through linebackers like crazy though.
Yeah.
I think I tried to I need like 4 linebackers. I'm on like linebacker 20 now that I've been trying to get, like, just insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's everything they did with the scouting, the coaching, the layout is amazing.
Yeah.
You go over to the college football window, and there's your conference standings. You don't have to click into a window. You can see them. The Heisman race is right there. The CFP rankings are right there. The bowl projection, everything just shows right there, so you don't have to go into extra windows. Everything that they did with this game is awesome.
Yeah, it's everything like you said. It's right at your fingertips. It's absolutely amazing. And so I went through my first season. Obviously, I didn't do anything after that. 4 o'clock on. I think I went to the bathroom once or twice because I was just on the sticks. You know what I mean? And in that, so I got through my first year. Now, I didn't play them all. 2 or 3 games. I did a lot of, like, they have it where it's just like Madden. They have you can play the game moments. So it's not the full game, but it's just the real big moments in the game. So I was able to do that. And I actually worked my way to the off season, 9-3, 9-4. Very realistic. And that is something that I think really caught my eye, because you can jump out to an early lead, or they can jump out to an early lead, and the game is nowhere near over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've had so many games where in the old game, it would be, this is the game. This is one of the ESPN classics or whatever like this, where this is like every other week, man. That ACC gauntlet, Florida State, Clemson, Miami, some of those teams where I'm just like, heck, Wake Forest beat me 49-41. Like, come on now. So it is crazy. But to your point, and the thing that I love about it is that everything connects with everything else. The first thing that I noticed when I took over as the coach of North Carolina was one of the first screens they showed you is players that are potentially ready to transfer out. And you have to hit the ground running and talk to them and say, hey, I really like you to stay. I really want you to stay here and be a part of the team. Some people are like, no, we're not doing it. Others, they'll do it, but it's on a very temporary basis because they're already close to going out. And that, to me, I love. Now, so like I said, I went through the first season. So the first thing that happened, soon as I got to bowl season, as a matter of fact, like right before, because I didn't make it to the Final Four, so we went to the Military Bowl, then my season was over. As soon as I went through that, there came a screen right after, like, I won the Military Bowl and it came back. There was a screen up, and it was, these 3 teams have offered you a job. And it was something like Marshall and Rice and some other team. And Marshall was the head coach, and the other one's offensive coordinator, everything like that. And it just goes right in. That's the coaching carousel.
Oh, wow.
And it's crazy because, so what I did, and I know coach stability is shot, but what I did, it was like, North Carolina is where I want to end up. Okay. And I started with them, and the first year was great, but Amarion Hampton was a junior. He had over 2,000. Max Johnson, the senior. Rutgers, a senior. My own line. So I knew. I knew that it was going to be a long, extensive getting transfers and recruiting and all that, and it was going to be a rough year. That next year, they offered me the job. And look, in real life, I'm loyal. But in this game, hey, whoever's giving me the job, the offers, or whatever. So now being at Marshall, it's a whole different look, because a lot like what you dealt with at Michigan. Those guys are studs. A lot of those, you're getting top tier guys, and recruiting isn't as difficult. But you're in a different, like I'm in a different tier. I'm getting 3, 4, and 5 stars in North Carolina, as opposed to you're in Marshall. That bar is far lower. My guys are in this mid to low 70s, and I'm getting 3 stars at max, if that type deal. So I just love how much everything is involved in the game. And I mean, then we can go obviously into the gameplay. It's amazing. The stadiums, the time they put into the intros, the music, everything is ideal. But I did want to talk to you about this, because this is not a dislike, but it is something that had me almost throwing my controller at the screen. The kicking game
Oh
is
my God, yeah.
almost, it's not, I don't want to say impossible, but if you're not paying attention, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I've missed like 4 or 5 kicks and had to just play a full game because of that one daggone point that I left out there, man. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I had a few where thinking like Madden or like the old college games where it's like, oh, like 45-yard field goal, yeah, no problem, I'll kick it. And then you see the bars just going like side to side like this.
Right.
I'm just like, what? Like,
Right.
and I mean, there were extra points I missed because I held the bar too long and then it hit the red and started doing that shake, and all of a sudden it's going from the middle to all of a sudden I'm doinking it off the upright, and I'm just like, what is going on here? Yeah,
Right.
kicking is way more difficult. I kind of like it though. I like the challenge where I got to with Madden and college football revamped and all that, where I just simmed the point afters and simmed field goals because I was just like, yeah, it's easy, it's gonna happen. Like, where now even the AI is missing kicks for the opponent too, and it's just like, oh crap, okay, like here we go. This is like, you got to focus on everything.
Exactly. I love that though. I love it because you'll see it. It's like, oh, that's not going to make it. That's not going in for them. And then obviously for you, it's like, are you kidding me right now? You know what I mean? Between that and then in this game, defense, it can be a struggle. It's not a piece of cake. Like, I started on varsity, and this game has a propensity to make great plays. This is a game that is definitely catering to the big play. And you can tell, man, you hit that corner sometimes. If you got a guy that has some speed, he can turn the corner and get the angle, and it's over. And I like that. I really like that, man.
Yeah, and it's also catering to a bit more of a skill-based game. Like, you gotta, like, obviously it's EA, it's a sports game, speed kills. But as far as everything else goes, there's the strategy involved in. I mean, the thing that I'm constantly doing pre-snap is looking at the blocking assignments, kind of picturing where that hole should be, and just doing all the adjustments pre-play, looking at the wear and tear and all the little things where I'm almost using the entire play clock. Yeah. Every time, because I'm like, okay, let's look at this, let's adjust this. And it's so realistic to the point where you're doing all the stuff a quarterback does on a regular basis, snap to snap.
Exactly.
And if you hit that blocking scheme right, there were multiple times where Donovan Edwards all of a sudden was just gone.
Yep.
And there were some outside, some right between the tackles. There, like, if you know what you're doing, it makes your life so much easier. But it still ain't easy.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And that you hit it on the head, that wear and tear. You know, I'm used to running my back 40, 50 times if he's hot. But that wear and tear, man, I started noticing, man, you start seeing those. And for those of you that don't know, you'll start to get when you come back to the screen where you pick your plays, in the upper right corner, you'll have a picture of the guy's body. And if there's certain parts that might be highlighted, and the darker it is, if it's yellow, it's normally white. If it's yellow, then obviously if it's red, it's even worse. And I had Omarion. I was running him. I ran him like 30 times. Yeah. And I mean, we were just running over him, so it really wasn't that big a deal. But I noticed his legs started getting rough. And at first it was cramps, and then all of a sudden it turned some more. And I was like, damn, that detail. But at the same time, it's like, now like you said, you have to think about that. You have to think about
rotating backs and receivers, and it's even DBs for that matter, linebackers, D linemen. I had
O-line.
Yeah, I was just gonna say my left tackle's gone for the year because of wear and tear. It was like week 4, I was playing USC, and again was pounding the rock on them time after time after time, and wasn't paying attention. And my left tackle, his his arm went red, and wasn't paying attention, and all of a sudden left tackle gone for the year, torn labrum, like just. And it was one of those where I'm like, I'm not switching out my left tackle.
Right,
like, are you like,
what do you want me to do here? Like,
but the way it is.
I love it. I love it, man. And look, I mean, we're not going to take the whole show talking about this, but it's funny because I told you, asked me how long we were talking about this.
I was just looking at the time.
I was like, just 15 minutes, but you can see, and we haven't even scratched the surface, ladies and gentlemen, man. So definitely, if you can get it, it comes out, the regular copy comes out on Friday. You can get it digital right now. And then you could the deluxe version, you get that, then you'll be able to play right now. So I definitely suggest you do that. Eric said, are there promises there again when you try to stop the kid from going to the portal, assuming the recruits still value education or tradition or playing time when recruiting? So it matters, those type of things, the education, the tradition, they can still lock you out. They can still, deal breakers and things of that nature.
But not just recruits, players that are already on your roster still have these deal breakers.
Exactly. That's the big part. You have to focus as much on the players that you have so they don't transfer than you do on the guys that, recruits that you're trying to get in. And even if you get a recruit, if he don't play that year or he don't play up to the amount that he wants, he can very easily be on there. I had a guy that was on the bottom. He was the 4th or 5th wide receiver. My other 3 or 4 guys are doing good, all getting action. And it wasn't that the guy was bad, but it just, there's not enough balls to go around, and he was like, I want out. And what can you say? What can you say, man? So, but I love that every minute of it. And look, with that, one of the things that we love about the game is that the game truly seems to cater to the big play, but also the running game. The running game in this game is, you mentioned it from being a lineman. I'm a running back. Absolutely love it. Speed kills. If you hit the option the correct way, or if you hit that corner or you hit that hole at the right time, you can get the angle and one juke, one spin, and you can take that thing to the house. So absolutely love that.